What's up everyone, Sam from 60 Wheels back, more diecast, and it is Truckin Tuesday, so I thought it'd be fun to celebrate by opening 2 2025 Hot Wheels Super Rigs and 3 2025 Matchbox Working Rigs. 2 fan favorite lines. I know I'm a big fan of each of these lines, and every time I do post a video, they seem to get decent views, so I think people overall enjoy these lines, and they're just something different from the regular cars. There's moving parts, there's accessories, things like that, so both get a thumbs up from me. So we have a mix of fantasy and realistic. So Hot Wheels seems to go heavy fantasy with this line, although they are going more licensed casting. I think there's like, what, 4 or 5 now? There's like the Mercedes, the Scania, the Volvo, the Porsche. There's quite a few now. Batmobile too, if you count that as licensed. But this is one of the food themed cars, I guess you'd say, sweet delivery. So this is a donut themed truck with the little donut drifter up top. Then it actually says Donut Drift Team on the side. It's got a very cool, very retro, like aqua white paint job. Like you would think the classic donut bakery, like all these colors mixed into this look. So this one will be fun to open because they always hide some kind of like Easter eggs or other like little detail in there that you can't see from outside the package. So that one should be extra fun. And then next up, one of my personal favorites, the Trash Basher. So this is the 3rd time this truck has been released. We've unboxed all of them after this one. So the first one was white and green, the second one was green and black, and now we're getting a total different paint job of blue and yellow. So I like this casting, I like the movement on it, I like the total disposal that comes with it. It was a mainline just the same way the Donut Drifter, it was released in mainline. Those aren't new castings, but this is cool. I love the functionality of this, so this will be a fun one to dig into again. And then we also have 3 working rigs. So you guys know I'm a big fan of this line, but one problem with this line is that they seem to be releasing a lot of re-releases. So that is the case in all 3 of these. So each of these vehicles have been released before in these exact paint schemes, color, wheels, everything. So this one we don't see too often, just in general. The Western Star, I think it's a 49X, right? Yeah, 49X. Really cool truck. It's different from the international dump truck we've opened. A lot of people can get them mixed up, but this is a totally different casting, different truck, different make, everything. But we've gotten 4 of these so far, and 3 have been this exact paint job. So while it's cool, I don't need 3 of them unless I want to buy 3 of them, if that makes sense. Like, it's the same with the Fast and the Furious. Like, I don't need 9 of the same Ford Torinos. Even though I do like having a whole like fleet of trucks, I do want different ones. So we're now, I think, what, 4 castings into this, and this came out in 2021 or 2022. So basically we've just gotten a repeat of this almost its whole life, except for the brand newest one, which I need to hunt down. But that, it's a cool casting, but give us something new. Same with this one, the International Durstar 4400. This came out in 2009 in this exact paint job. It debuted with this paint job, and now, what, 16 years later, we're getting it in the same paint job. Why Matchbox doesn't switch it up and give us a totally new one, I have no idea. It feels to me like they're starting to cheap out on this line a little bit. Like, I was like, okay, you know, it's cool to get a re-release, especially like 10 years after, but they seem to be doing it more and more, like almost like they're pushing this line to the side, and I hate that because all these castings are so good. They have a really good product. They just need to focus on it and make it a little better. I mean, these are hard enough to find as it is. I couldn't imagine a whole wave, even if they were re-release castings of new paint jobs, they would sell so well. So again, the Matchbox Crop Sprayer, we've opened this one before. I don't think it's been in this exact color. I can't remember what the color was the last time we unboxed it, but this has been out since 2011, so it probably debuted in 2012. It's been in this exact paint job before. So one good thing about it is if you weren't collecting a few years ago or 16 years ago or whatever, you have a chance at these. Bad news is if you were, there's really no reason for you to pick these up unless you're working on a fleet. So with that being said, they're good castings, they're cool releases, but I want Matchbox to focus on getting some new paint jobs in that one. So we will start with the lone wolf of the 2025, the brand new casting, the Sweet Delivery. So it's all by its lonesome up here in the being the new casting, but these are cool. These, like, I really enjoy the Super Rigs line. I think Matchbox does do good design work in their working rigs line, but Hot Wheels does really good design work. I feel like it's where they can let their imaginations fly with this line, and kind of anything goes. So Like I said, this is the Donut Drifter. I believe this was released in the mainline last year or this year. It's basically like a carryover casting. It's cool, but it's not exclusive to this line as far as I know. Let's go ahead and see if I can take this off. So here is the trailer. We'll look at this. We'll start with like the least detail and move into the most detail. So there you can see Drift Team Donuts. I think that's DD, right? No, it's 68. I'm sorry. And then there's like a loop, a track loop in there. That's actually pretty cool. And that looks like the card art actually from the main line. So this one does pop open, right? So this one pops open from the side, and then I don't know if you can see that, but there are glaze marks in the roof like you set donuts in it. And then like, I don't, if you've ever gotten donuts from the donut store and it's had like glaze or frosting on it and it sticks to the top of the box, that's what happens right there. It's hilarious because it also looks like a female anatomy body part, but they definitely mean for it to look like frosting or glaze or whatever. But that's kind of a funny that they did that. It's definitely what that is. It's actually really funny. So there you can see there are 2 spots for probably 2 donut drifters if you want. There's like little marks in the chassis, and there definitely is enough room for them. So that's pretty cool that you can do that. Oh gosh, just got to be careful. Ooh, there, a little open window like you're going up to the window and looking for some donuts. I don't know if I'm missing anything else on this one. Like, look at the chassis. It's weird to me that they just put a block of like glossy Zamac on the bottom. There's no detail. It almost looks like a lead weight for a Pinewood Derby car that's been glossed over. It's kind of odd, but it is metal, which is kind of cool because there's no other metal really other than the axles there. But here's the truck. So sweet delivery. So let's take a look at this. Got some exhaust pipes sticking out the side. I believe, now if anyone's in the donut industry, you can probably correct me on this, but I think this is the tool that you use to pick up glazed donuts off the line. I swear it is. Because we used to like have a Krispy Kreme in our town. You could go and like make them watch like the hot donuts, and they would pull them off the line with a tool that looked very similar. But then also when you look at it from the side, it looks like one of those old school like white bakery hats as well. Almost like the car is wearing a bakery hat, and I think that's kind of funny. And I do like the red wheels. I think it gives it a little extra there. And then on the front, does that say, what does that say? I don't know. Is that supposed to be like a little oven door? Because it kind of looks like it. Is there anything behind the grill I'm missing? I don't know. I think that might be like a oven door or something. Let me know what you think it is. It's definitely not just a regular hood ornament or anything like that. Like it looks like it's supposed to be something, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. So this whole thing is plastic right here, and then the rest of it, this teal part up here is all metal, and then the chassis is teal, but it's also plastic, so is the gray part. So there is a big chunk of metal in here, and this looks cool. If you know someone that's into donuts, or even like going to your local donut shop and give this as like a little gift to them, that would be awesome. So to me also, I think this almost looks like a little spatula on the front. I know it's just a front splitter, but it's giving me spatula vibes too. So I don't know. Let me know what you think, if any of those parts make sense to you. And then this is a clip-in one like that. These are cool. I have yet to really run one of these down the track, but to me this looks very wide. Like I don't even know if this would fit on a track, to be honest. This would, because it's raised, but the back of this is really wide. I don't know. I'll have to break out some track one time and we'll do like a huge Super Rigs video on like tracks and stuff. So all right, the Trash Basher. This one's so cool. I like trash trucks. I feel like trash trucks are the underappreciated workhorses of really any fleet, because I wish I could own one, like buy one, because I think that would be super cool to own an old one, but I don't think they actually sell them because they can crush people alive, so they won't sell them to you used, or they might sell you the cab of the truck, but not the actual like disposal part on the back, like the thing that actually makes it a trash truck. So I'm like, I don't want that. So Total Disposal, this is a great little casting. It's like a tuned little garbage truck. Only Hot Wheels could do something like this. Like, it looks awesome. Little bags of trash made of metal with the chassis. This came out, I believe, in 2020. I love this casting. I love the tuned effect on it. I think they did this better than some of the, even the tuned like Supra or the square body or something like that. I just think this, they just did a fantastic job on this. All the detail, the many parts, like there's like an inner part right there, the metal bags, the plastic up here, the cab, the intercooler on the front. It just looks awesome with those oversized steel wheels. Just a very slept on casting in my opinion. I love fantasy castings. This is a great example of a fantasy casting. So all right, the total disposal or the trash basher, the whole thing. So this is metal all through here. So there's a lot of metal on it. And then up here in the chassis, this is metal as well. So this has a lot of different detailing on it. Huge engine out back, some stacks that almost look like trash. Like if you're taking it to the dump, how they have those big like incinerators out back. That's kind of what it looks like to me. And then up front, you have like a huge grill guard just to like move trash out of the way. Like a very aggressive looking like crash dummies arrow on the front. It looks awesome. I'm a big fan of this truck. Again, what does this look like? Like I was talking before, this looks like an old trash truck without the actual trash bed on it. Like a non-tuned version of this basically. So really like that. I love the steel wheels too. This one, instead of like a hook, this one has a ball mount for the chassis right there. And this, the what is it? Like the, I don't want to say special function, but the moving part of this is the truck. So the little like disposal part of it here. So you pull this over. So you're supposed to, I can't remember how we do this. Were you supposed to put it like this upside down and then it folds it on the side, whoop, like that? I don't know. I felt like there was like a, was there not like a little guard or something missing? Let's go to the card just to make sure, because I swear there's something missing. Yeah, you're supposed to put it in upside down, but I swear one of the old one had like a little bar you raised. I gotta pause the video. I'm gonna find the old one because I swear this one has been redesigned. Hang on. Okay, I went and got the very first release, and look at this. So this has definitely been retooled. They took off the little like lift gate part of it, which to me was half the fun of it. That went down like this, and then you like could help push the trash out. And this is what you like parked the car on really, and then kind of did this to it and like put it in there, and then you put that to the side. But now they have gotten rid of that. And I checked and it wasn't mine just missing it. I did check the card, and even the card art doesn't show the little bar right here, and it doesn't show it up here, and it doesn't show it on the front either. So they kind of ruined it. Like they didn't ruin it, but that sucks. Like they're making things worse now. Like that, like this was like one of the cooler parts of this. I know it's just like a stupid little like thing, but it actually made a huge difference in the function of this model. So even though like I'm sure they were like, this is dumb, let's get this off the side, you can still play with it on the track. The wheelbase and stuff hasn't changed, but now the functionality of this is much different. So in order to put the truck in, you just kind of, I guess, just put the truck in, where before you could do like this whole mechanism right here, pull it up, like it just seems more fun to me, like more imagination. I don't know. I hate that they did that to it. I still am a huge fan of this casting, but that was a big part of how cool that casting was. So huge points off for Team Hot Wheels for doing that, even though I was just like giving them props on this model. But when you take designs and make them worse to play with, that's not the point of a Hot Wheel. Like I want the Hot Wheel to be as fun as possible, especially when I know it can be this fun. So bummed out about that. Still one of my favorite castings. I just wish they would go back to that plastic bar, which I 100%, I know they won't now. Anytime they take something off like that, it's either for cost, or it's like a kid choked on it, or there's some design flaw when it's like going through a track or something. So pretty bummed about that, but that means I got to go and buy some more of the original release, because that means that'll probably be the only one that has that. So bummed, pretty cool. Let's try the Matchbox. Let's see what's going on here. All right, the Western Star 49X. I tried to look through my little like video archive to see if we've unboxed this one before, and I can't remember. And then I have these trucks because they take up a lot of room. I have them like stacked everywhere in different like bins flat like this, but they're hard to find. So I don't know if I've unboxed this one before. I want to say I have, but if I haven't, this one is very cool. I like the look of this truck. The Western Star, I think I like it better than the International that has like a more rounded front end. To me, this looks more like a classic dump truck, like tough looking front end, like just hauling stuff. Like this is a cool truck. Big Western Star 49X graphics. It's got 122. I believe this is a moving part back here too. Yep. So you can actually dump stuff out of the bed. It's got nice like warning paint job right there. Kind of goes off. There's side lights. That almost looks like a ladder. It says Dan's Hauler. No job too big, no job too small. Drivers carry only Matchbox, which is hilarious because you'll see a lot of times like drivers carry only cash or check or something like that. So it's funny to see only Matchbox. Like if you're trying to rob them, they only have Matchbox. But Western Star graphics all around. Again, even though this is a re-release, this is an awesome truck. Great colors on it. I just wish they would just kind of mix it up and do something else. So plastic chassis on this one. This one came out in 21, 22. The metal on this is the red. So there is quite a bit of metal even still with the long plastic chassis. These aren't wheels. These like extra set of wheels right here. They're molded to the chassis. You can see they're clear or they're like hollow. You do get a lot. I mean, you get 3 axles on this and you get the dump bed right here, which works like that little like fake hydraulic going down there. And then you get this moving part back here too. So this is a cool truck. We just want some more colors of it. Give us more. Okay, let's see how squeaky it is. Not bad. It doesn't roll bad either. These aren't meant for track play. These are meant for like slow, kind of realistic, methodical play, like loading up some dirt, riding on dirt, not fast like track racing like these. So these have a purpose and they work very, very well for their purpose. So that's a cool truck. We just need more versions of it. So, okay, all right, the International Durstar 4400, and I swear we just did this one too in another paint job, but all these mixed together because they have released so many of them. So this is a good tow truck, good detail. Again, this would be like the front of the International dump truck, very, very similar to this. Oh, sorry. I think the square fits the dump truck much, much better. And I think this fits the like more aerodynamicness of a car hauler. So this is, to me, these are 2 winning castings. But plastic chassis, metal cab with like metal base back here. So again, just like this one, there is a lot of metal. Sliding bed right here. I think I've talked about this before, that this, like, the angle on this is a little tough, and then it's a little short, too. So let me see if I can grab, I guess I'll just let's grab the total disposal to show you. So this is a very short casting, and it almost overhangs the back. So if you had a longer casting, something even, let me see if I can grab this little NASCAR I got here. So very close, it basically does not fit on there. So you have to, oh, I guess it doesn't even extend. This is the same problem we had the other day on that Gasser 5-pack where the bed didn't extend out farther. And I swore that at some point this bed was actually longer and could fit more cars. I think they might be cheapening out a little on this, but let me know if you have this same one. But I swear it didn't just go to the edge right there. I swear it like went out to there. It was longer because man, I really thought that it held bigger cars. But tampos are pretty good. That one has a little rough spot. A rare Matchbox mess up on a tampo. It looks like the black got stamped and it kind of got messy. These aren't super cheap. I think these are $5.99 now. $5-ish, $4.99. I don't know. They're not super cheap, and I think this part still moves, right? Yeah, this part does still move. So that does, I guess, gives you a little bit more towing ability. But overall, a good truck. I hope they're not cheapening out on them. But if you missed this the first time, I guess pick this one up. But if you've already got it, you can definitely skip it. Unless you're building a fleet, you know how it is. All right, lastly, we have the Matchbox crop sprayer. This one we just unboxed. Maybe the last round or like the last case of these had the same one in a recolor, which I think it was this one. If I remember right, because this was in the same pile as some of the newer ones. This one looks pretty realistic to me. I have not ever seen a crop sprayer with orange sprayers, like spraying arms. So this is a big casting. So it's like kind of like an off-road one. Every time I see one of these driving down the street in real life, the axles don't go down that far, and it looks like you can like Fast and the Furious and drive underneath of it because it like stands above the crops. Like it sits pretty high so it doesn't crush them, so you can spray them. So they're kind of cool in real life. We see them quite a bit where we live here in Ohio. Cool casting, tons of metal. All this blue is metal. Really nice detail. They put some tampos on it, little corn tampo right there, if you can see that. Or is that a wheat? I don't know what that is. Some kind of crop. RWO 27. I don't really like the red windows. I don't really know why they did red, other than it's like maybe tinted to try to keep the sun out of there. But I don't think I've ever seen a red tinted crop sprayer either. But very heavy. So this part moves back here, and then you get to something we don't really get a lot now at all. Some like accessories. So these snap on to the back here, and they are actually keyed. So they go like into this little housing right here. Snap them on, and then you can drive and spray. Like, look at the reach on that thing. Huge. Takes up almost the whole frame. So just to show you how long they are, here is the dump truck. And it's definitely longer than the dump truck. So these are huge. It's probably 8 to 10 inches. It's definitely not a foot, but it's pretty long. So it's pretty cool. This is a nice casting. I do like the blue and the orange. I think they go very well together, but this looks more realistic if you're going for realism, but this still is cool too. So either way, I mean, you're getting a really nice Matchbox. All these castings are great. Even the paint jobs, the re-releases, whatever, they all work very well. They're cool castings. They look great on the dioramas, on your little city play towns. Really, anywhere you put them, they look awesome. So that has been some Hot Wheels Super Rigs and some Matchbox Working Rigs for Truckin Tuesday. Let me know your thoughts on these. Which one is your favorite? Do you like more of the Hot Wheels Super Rigs line, or do you like the more realistic Matchbox Working Rigs? Me, it kind of just depends on what day it is. I think overall, I like the Matchbox Working Rigs line because they look more realistic. But again, this is one of my favorite. Like, I love the Trash Basher, the Total Disposal. They're just such great castings. So let me know what you think of these in the comments. Have you seen any of these in your area? Are you picking any of them up? Let me know that in the comments as well. Again, I really appreciate watching this. Sam 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe. Hit that bing, 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 the little notification buzzer, so you get notifications every time I upload, so you don't miss any cool trucks or anything else, because there's so much more stuff coming. So many cars to unbox. I'm not even kidding. Hundreds, if not thousands, to open up. So appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.